70 million acres of wide open possibilities. Nevada is untouched. A place where the desert comes to life, the ground holds the history, and nature perseveres.
This is how Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Valley, recycles its water.
I explore the Wetlands Park, an oasis for wildlife and a vital force for the city.
If you're wondering if there's good fishing in Lake Mead, especially with the smallmouth bass, here's your proof right here.
I investigate the health of Lake Mead's fish population.
I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna have a casino built by 5 o'clock.
I take an excavator for a spin right next to the Las Vegas Strip.
These are the cubs.
Yep.
When do you ever get this close?
You normally don't. Come here, Winston.
And at the lion habitat, I see the gentle nature of these imperial animals.
With one of the most spectacular views.
I'm John Burke. Join me as I explore the 7th largest state in the nation, here on Outdoor Nevada.
Today I'm at the Clark County Wetlands Park. They call it the Splash in the Mojave, the hottest and driest desert in North America. But at almost 3,000 acres, it's a big splash.
Established in 1991, the Clark County Wetlands Park teems with life just 9 miles east of the Las Vegas Strip.
Crystal, hi.
Hi, John.
How are you?
Great, welcome to Wetlands Park.
As a recreational specialist, Crystal gets to witness reactions of first-time visitors at this oasis right outside of the city.
Man, this place is awesome. It's beautiful. And this nature center, I mean, it's huge. How long has this been here?
Well, the Nature Center opened in April of 2013. The most exciting part of the Nature Center is our exhibit hall. It's open every day, 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 4, and it's free. Anyone can come down.
How many people you got coming through here?
This year, I think our lowest was about 1,700 and our highest was about 4,400 in a month.
The park itself, how big is that?
Well, the entire park, the 2,900 acres, is about 7 miles long and 1 mile wide. Here in the Nature Preserve, there's about a total of 6 miles of intersecting trails.
The Nature Preserve covers 210 acres of land. The jewel of the park, the preserve, draws the most visitors with an array of ponds and diverse wildlife.
Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. I'm seeing turtles, I'm seeing all kinds of birds. Tell me about the numbers of species you have here.
Well, more than 300 species of birds have been identified along the Las Vegas Wash, and about 70 species of mammals, reptiles, and amphibians.
I saw something that acted like a duck, but it had a red face. What was that?
Well, that is not a duck, even though it sounds a lot like a duck and looks a lot like a duck. That is actually a common gallinule, and they split it off from a species with a common name of moorhen. And so that's one of our commonly spotted birds here.
The wetlands provide an ideal home for wading birds, such as the green heron and the great egret. If you look hard enough, you might spot a great blue heron, blending effortlessly into its environment.
And I saw something that looked like it had been chewed on. Do you have beavers here as well?
We do! And I have to say, the park was not built with beaver in mind. And so it's a little bit of a struggle for us. They work all night, we work all day, and then so there's kind of a constant back and forth with us trying to keep the water flowing and them trying to dam up the streams.
Beavers made their way to the wetlands from the Colorado River in the 50s and 60s. At the Wetlands Park, they use mud and other vegetation like reeds to build their dams rather than the traditional logs.
I can see where it would be tempting to come here and try and feed the animals.
Right, right. Yeah, and that does happen. We do not allow it. It is against the law in Clark County parks actually to feed animals, and it impacts their ability to be wild animals.
Yeah.
We want them to stay away from people. We want them to forage, and the food that people provide them isn't the nutrition that they get. They basically have a natural no-carb diet, so something like bread and chips is just the worst thing you can feed a water bird.
The wetlands derive from the natural water system that flows underground from the Spring Mountains to the Colorado River. Water surfaces along this path as springs, which first drew Native American and European settlers to the Las Vegas area.
Tell me about the water that we're standing over.
Alrighty, well really the water is the reason for this whole park. This is the Las Vegas Wash. There's 3 water treatment plants upstream and they're the ones that deliver most of the water. Also all of the storm drains, all of the small washes through town, they all drain here. We're the lowest point in elevation in the 1,600 square mile watershed of the Las Vegas Valley.
So if you're washing your car, doing something with the hose in your yard in Vegas, it's coming through here.
That's right. It goes through the storm drains. It comes here.
How much? How much water?
Well, up to about 200 million gallons of water a day, and that's not on a stormy day. That's on just a normal day.
And where's it going?
It goes straight down to Lake Mead. And actually, this is how Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Valley, recycles its water.
In the 70s, water flowed too fast through the Las Vegas Wash to be purified by the marshlands. Without the cattails to remove undesirable elements, the water rushing into Lake Mead was no longer clean.
This is not just a bridge. What else is this?
Well, this is the Upper Diversion Weir Bridge. And so we're on top of a weir that is actually a structure in the water that allows us to slow the water down. It helps the wetlands act the way it's supposed to, which is to help clean that water.
21 weirs trap water in dam-like structures, only allowing small amounts to flow over the barrier. This system slows down water speed and prevents erosion.
So this is another weir, and this is where a lot of the birds like to hang out?
That's right. A big function of the wash is that it provides wonderful habitat for the birds, and especially for migratory birds.
Tell me about the role of volunteers and what they do here.
Well, we have about 100 volunteers every year that give us 8 to 10 hours a month. They work in our visitor center. They work by walking the park and letting us know if there's anything that needs to be taken care of. They're out picking up trash, removing graffiti.
Yeah, that is the citizenry of Nevada that I've grown to know and love. I have to tell you, I think this is the most impressive and beautiful reclamation project I've ever seen. So thank you for all the work that you're doing out here. Thank you for your time here today.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a great day.
The Wetlands Park bridges a healthy ecosystem with a thriving urban economy. Environment and engineering come together here to create a sustainable future for humankind and nature.
When you're out here, you can actually see the skyline of the Las Vegas Strip, but the people on the Strip can't see you here. You got to get out to enjoy it. And with all this beauty and all this water, you can kind of consider it an escape from the desert and the city at the same time. Early morning, Lake Mead. It's a beautiful sight, isn't it? But you know, this place isn't all about just relaxation and recreation. As a matter of fact, today, the Nevada Department of Wildlife is doing an accounting of what's going on under the surface of the water. It tells us about the health of the lake. So let's go check it out.
Lake Mead serves as the country's largest reservoir. It provides water to over 20 million people in several states, as well as an array of recreational activities.
I want you to meet Deborah Herndon. She's a fisheries biologist. Deborah, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you, John.
How's everything today?
Great. Beautiful day on the lake.
Boy, you're not kidding. So what are you going to be doing today? What's the idea?
Today we're going to be pulling in 2 gill nets, one at Painted Cove and one at Castle Reef. They're 150 foot long. We call them experimental gill nets. They have varying mesh sizes to capture various sizes of fish.
As the biologist assigned to Lake Mead, Deborah monitors the health of the fish in the waters. Her recommendations to the Department of Wildlife can change bag limits or anything else that might affect fish populations.
So we've arrived. What location is this exactly on the lake?
This is Painter's Cove.
And why do you choose Painter's Cove as one of the spots to have the net?
Well, each year we do 100 random samples.
All right, what do you got there?
This is some rain gear. We're going to be pulling in some wet nets and just to keep our clothes dry.
Oh, we're getting our hands dirty. We're getting our clothes wet. Awesome.
Lake Mead stretches over 110 miles in length and goes down 400 feet at the deepest spots. So it takes a lot of netting and sampling to get an accurate picture of the lake's biology.
So one of us will take the float line and the other will take the lead line.
Oh, I got one. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, now that's a gizzard shad.
And how long have these nets been out here?
We set them overnight, so these went in about 5 p.m.
Gizzard shad, right there is a big one. Looking good. What does this fish tell you?
Tells me that the gizzard shad are getting big.
And getting big is a good thing, right?
Not for gizzard shad.
Oh, why?
Gizzard shad they're a forage fish when they're small, but when they get large, they're too large for striped bass or any other game fish to feed upon.
An invasive species, the gizzard shad normally serves as food for the sport fish, but when they get this big, they don't add anything to the local ecosystem.
This is Castle Reef.
Castle Reef.
Okay, we can pull this one in now.
How much do you love this lake?
Oh, I grew up fishing on Lake Mead, so I really love it.
You have good memories?
Yes, we used to come out here as a family and fish. Now here is a beautiful smallmouth bass.
Wow. And is that plentiful in the lake, or we don't know?
Well, that's why we're here, but recent years' data show that the smallmouth bass are now just as abundant as the largemouth bass. And we first started seeing smallmouth bass in the late 90s, just a few here and there, and now they're quite abundant. They've really benefited the black bass fishery.
Beautiful. Smallmouth bass right there. So if you're wondering if there's good fishing in Lake Mead, especially with the smallmouth bass, here's your proof right here.
Each fish has to be carefully weighed, measured, and charted in order to accurately assess the overall health of the coves. All of this data will be compared to the other nets pulled from the lake.
Let me guess, just under 2 pounds.
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah.
Yeah. So, give me a summary of what we did here today and what we've learned.
We caught about, let's see, looks like about 10 gizzard shad, a bluegill, a smallmouth bass, and a couple of striped bass.
All right, we've got the measurements. What are you going to do with all that information?
We're going to take it back to the office, put it in a database, and we'll be able to calculate condition factors and abundance and distribution by areas of the lake.
All right. Awesome. This has been great. I want to thank you so much for letting me come out here and do this today, get a closer look at this lake and what it is you do.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming aboard.
After analyzing the data, Deborah concludes that the fish community in Lake Mead remains healthy and in good shape.
Life is interesting, isn't it? As a little girl, she comes out here, goes fishing with her family, has a great time. Then she goes off, gets an education, and now she's fighting for this lake so that you can have the same experience she did. I love this state, and I love its people.
A giant sandbox filled with the largest toys on Earth, and me at the controls. Can you dig it?
Dave, how you doing, man?
Come on, John. Ready for this?
Oh, man, am I ready? So give me a little rundown about Dig This, and what experiences do you offer here?
Well, from excavators to bulldozers to mini excavators to skid steers, we about got all the bases covered to however you want to play in the sandbox, so to speak.
How many machines you got out here?
9 total.
And how big is the sandbox itself?
Yeah, 5 acres to tear out.
Dave Carrier is here to help me operate these massive machines. He's gonna make sure I don't dig myself into too deep of a hole.
And what are the age ranges of people that come out here?
From 8 years old all the way to you name it. As long as you're able and you pass your breathalyzer test, you're good.
You know those warning labels on medicine about not operating heavy machinery? Yeah, I bet this is what they're talking about.
What can you tell me about this machine here? I see it's a 315C.
315C. This is kind of your entry level, so to speak. It's only 115 horsepower, believe it or not, too.
Dave may call it an entry-level machine, but this excavator weighs almost 37,000 pounds and can dig a trench almost 19 feet deep.
When I'm done here today, am I going to be able to dig out a swimming pool?
In your own backyard, yes.
Good answer.
Once I'm in the cab, I can't believe how nice it is. Dave shows me how each stick controls a track and how the joysticks control the boom arm and the bucket. It all sounds pretty complicated, but Dave can communicate with me through the headsets.
You know, it is shockingly smooth. Shockingly smooth. And what's great is right now, everybody on the highway thinks that I know what I'm doing.
Of course, the first thing you want to do in any new vehicle is to take it for a spin.
Now take that left joystick and hold it all the way to the left. Hold it all the way to the left. Do a big air donut.
I'm having a blast.
I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna have a casino built by 5 o'clock.
Before I build a casino, I should probably ace how to dig a hole. Baby steps.
So what you want to do is go ahead and push forward with your left joystick. Let's stretch that arm out. So about a 45. There you go. That's good. Go ahead and push forward with your right joystick. Push forward with your left joystick now. That's perfect right there. Now just lower it down with your right joystick, push forward until it touches the dirt. That's good right there. To your left. Pull back with your right joystick just a little bit. Now closer. There you go. Pull back with your right joystick. Swing with your left joystick to your right. Right joystick to your right opens your bucket.
Look at that! Look at that!
The excavator's not just great at digging, it's also full of cool tricks. Dave shows me how to turn this baby into a reclining chair, and then I'm off to pick up some tires.
All right, tires, you're going down.
All right, that's good right there. Set her down now.
We'll get you a little. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. How much does that tire weigh?
About 1,200 pounds.
That tire weighs 1,200 pounds?
Like picking up a little Prius.
Yeah, that's incredible. Like
right.
Nothing.
Now see that green cone down there?
Yeah.
That's where we're headed.
Really?
Pretty soon I'm getting this down. Yeah, I'm picking up tires like a champ.
All right, nice work.
How am I doing?
That was excellent. All the tires are put back the way you found them. Now let's go up. We're going to play a little basketball.
I've never played basketball with a 16-ton excavator, but with an arm that can extend 28 feet out, well, suddenly dunking seems doable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go back with your right. Raise that up pretty good to about your feet. Then swing to your left. You might want to raise it a little more too.
He's dribbling down the court. He bobs. He weaves. Looks like he's going to shoot, folks. Mid-court, he shoots. He scores!
I think I just combined two childhood passions, construction equipment and basketball. It's not getting any better than this.
Woo! Wilma, it's quitting time. Ho, ho. Did you see that?
Nice work.
That was nice,
excellent.
right?
That
The
was
precision, you can't teach that.
priceless.
I got to tell you, man, I knew that this was something I always wanted to do. I had no idea how much fun this was going to be. So if you're 8 or you're 87 and you need to get out of a hole that you've dug for yourself, this is the place to come, isn't it?
It's perfect stress reliever and fun for the family, or just to literally check it off your bucket list.
At the end of the day, I'm proud. I dug deep and discovered something about myself. I love playing with gigantic construction equipment.
Man, I'm coming back. I hope you don't mind.
Hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people say that the Las Vegas Strip is a jungle. Well, not too far away, just a few short miles, is a place you probably haven't heard of, but you definitely should. It's a whole new world at the Lion Habitat.
The Lion Habitat Ranch rescues and protects lions and other exotic animals in southern Nevada. I'm here to meet Keith Evans and experience a day in the life of the king of the wild.
I think I may have found my new best friend. This is Keith right here. Good seeing you, buddy.
Nice to meet you, John.
How long you been here?
Well, we've been in this location since '89. We started doing the MGM habitat in '97, and all the cats went from here every day to the habitat.
Longtime Las Vegas residents might remember the Lion Habitat from the MGM Grand. When the show closed in 2012, the lions stepped out of the spotlight but continue to live at the ranch.
And tell me about the animals that you have here. What do you have?
Well, there's 39 lions. Some of them are original descendants from the MGM studios, the logo lion that roars in the movies. And then we brought in different bloodlines to make sure that we have a genetic safety net that, lions are disappearing in the wild, so while everybody wants them to be loose and running free in Africa, they're being killed in Africa, and we want them to be staying on the planet Earth.
Your purpose here is soulful. It's just not for people to come by and gawk at the lions. You're trying to raise awareness, yeah?
Yeah, because if you start falling in love with the lions here and watch how they interact with our trainers, then you're more perceptive that maybe I should be saving the lions in the wild. There's a value to it.
Keith has been working with big cats since 1970. What started as a hobby developed into a lifetime of dedication to the species.
What do you like about this?
The lions are a social group by nature, and so you can bond with them much easier. They accept us under their pride, and so it's a rewarding relationship, and you know you've got their trust, and that's mainly it. You know, they trust us.
Ostriches and parrots also found a harbor here at the lion habitat. Rescued from the Las Vegas Zoo, birds like Honey and Watson have a place to call home.
All right, you got 3 beautiful lions here. Tell me about these.
These are 3 females, they're sisters, Peaches, Sam, and Tyra, and they're 19 years old now. Lifespan is normally 15 to 20, but we think they're in such good shape that they'll make plus 20.
And how much do they weigh?
They're between 375 and 400.
Tell me about their day. What happens
Okay,
during
well,
the day?
they wake up around 5 o'clock in the morning when the first roaring starts on the property. We come on at 7 o'clock and feed them and clean their cages, get everything ready for the day, and then they go play the rest of the day.
How much do you feed them?
The girls are probably eating 11 to 12 pounds a day.
11 to 12 pounds a day, once a day.
Yeah, once a day, 6 days a week. 1 day a week they get bones, shank bones so they can get their teeth, and then 1 day a week they fast so they can clean their system out.
Keith loves to watch people's reactions when they see such imperial animals. For me, the real sight is Keith interacting with the lions and the strong bond they share.
These are the cubs.
Yep,
When do you ever get this close?
you normally don't. Come here, Winston. Winston, come here. Oh,
He's calling them by name. Do they know their names?
oh yeah, they know their names. This is Winston, he's the boy.
Hey,
He's
Winston.
got 4 girls for sisters, Chumley, Scarlett, Elsa, and Brody in the back.
These 5 not-so-little cubs were born in the habitat 2 years ago, and they're still growing. Lions reach adulthood at 3 years of age.
You know, I was amazed when we walked up how they looked at you, and I'm telling you, they looked at you like one of their own.
Well, they are because I'm with them when they're born. Mom will let us be in there when they get delivered, and then she'll put them on nursing milk, and as long as Mom has the milk and nurses them, we kind of let nature take its course. And then at 4 weeks old, because there were so many of them, we went in and started hand feeding them, because as soon as they get their teeth breaking through, we can start feeding them solid foods. So it takes the pressure off Mom.
People come to the facility here. Will they get to meet you? Because you're a pretty phenomenal guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't spend as much time outside as I could at the moment, but I'm definitely out here to feed the cats. At 1 o'clock, I'm here and I'll play with the giraffe.
I personally have never seen anybody call a lion by name Winston, and Winston came on over. And you just said something about a giraffe.
Yeah, Ozzie Picasso.
Why is it called
'Cause
Picasso?
he paints.
This I gotta see. Let's go take a
Okay,
look.
we'll take a look. Bye, babies.
I've never met a giraffe up close before, but I'm pretty sure they're not known for their artistic inclinations.
So
Okay.
how did you figure out that Ozzie paints?
Just his inquisitive nature, we started giving him a paintbrush, and then he started picking it up, and then he started to make the moves, and then we figured out depending on his activity, he'll either put 1 stroke down or 4 or 5 strokes. So, he likes it.
How old is Ozzie?
2.5.
And the only
He's
giraffe
the only giraffe in Nevada.
in all of Nevada. If you want to see a giraffe, this is where you gotta go.
And they're endangered also, just like the lions. So we want the same principle. Giraffes are actually disappearing faster than the elephants.
Recent research shows 4 different species of giraffes exist instead of just 1. The split in the total population represents a higher threat of extinction, considering the distinct species cannot breed with each other.
All right, so what do we do? Hi,
Okay, so we're
sweetie.
gonna have you learn how to paint here. We're gonna hand you the canvas.
All right.
All right, now I just hold it up a little higher.
That's awesome.
All right, 3 strokes. Pretty good boy. He'll get to be 18 to 19 feet tall, which is just 3 feet short of this building. All the fences, he's got a 1/3 of an acre to run.
Can I take a look?
Yeah, you can come take a look.
Wow. Ozzie, it's beautiful, just like you. It's gorgeous.
Okay, all right, so there's a small chance this is better than any painting I've ever done. And after this masterpiece, Ozzie needs a snack.
You want to put this carrot in your mouth like this?
Really?
Yeah, just put it hold in your teeth.
All right.
Just put it, he's going to look for it. Okay, there he goes. He now knows where it is.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
A sanctuary to these animals, the Lion Habitat Ranch takes getting in touch with nature to new heights.
Thank you so much for
Thanks for
everything.
coming out, John. Appreciate it.
Nevada never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to surprise me. I mean, when are you going to get kissed by the only giraffe in Nevada?
Support for Outdoor Nevada comes from Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas and Jaguar Land Rover Reno, inspiring the spirit of adventure with confidence in any terrain or conditions. Information at jlrlv.com or jlrreno.com.